So I'm going to be talking about dividing when we have scientific notation. And hopefully you should notice that this is going to be very similar to what we were doing when we were multiplying. So for this first example, we should remember our rules that say that if we're dividing exponents, first off we're going to be subtracting our powers of common bases, but also if we have two numbers that don't have a common base, for instance 8.6 and 2.5, we're just going to simply start out by dividing those numbers together. So use your calculator and go ahead and divide 8.6 by 2.5. You should get 3.44. And we know that we're working in scientific notation, so we're still going to have our times 10. And then for our power, we're going to subtract our two powers we have here. And in this case, we want to subtract top minus bottom. So in this case, 3 minus 7. And 3 minus 7 is going to give us a negative 4. So 8.6 times 10 to the third divided by 2.5 times 10 to the 7 is going to give us 3.44 times 10 to the negative fourth. With this example right here, we want to work it the same way. So we're going to start off by dividing our numbers. 3.4 divided by 6.2. And that's going to give us a big long decimal, but we want to round this to 2 decimal places. And if we do that, we're just going to have 0.54 or 0.55 if we round to 2 decimal places, and that'll be 0.55. So that's our number out front. We know we're going to have our times 10. And then we need our power. Well, in this case, we would do 16 minus 9, and that would give us positive 7. Now, if you remember your rules for scientific notation, it says we need a number between 1 and 10. Well, this number, 0.55, that's less than 1. That's about a half. So we need to move this so we have a number here that's between 1 and 10. And if I take my decimal point and I move it over one place between the two 5s, I get 5.5. So now I have a number here that's between 1 and 10, and that's exactly what I want. We still have our times 10, but now since we moved this decimal place over, we need to subtract 1 from our power. So now I have times 10 to the 6th. Anytime you're dividing and you have to move your decimal place like that, that means you're going to be subtracting from your power. So we subtracted from our power the number of spaces that we moved. So we moved 1 space here, we moved 1 space over, just like that, and we subtracted 1 from our power. 7 minus 1 gave us 6. So that's how we got 5.5, because we moved the decimal place over, times 10 to the 6th power because I subtracted 1 for the 1 space that I moved over.